what was it that started to interest you then?
It was more the experimentation with language. The all of the places that I had studied before, people were using language in conventional ways, and that interested me. How do people use language to do various things? In the case of the welfare to work program, among other things, is how do people use language to threaten each other, to get them to look for jobs and so on. And what I found interesting eventually about what the group in Milwaukee was doing, and keep in mind when I first started there, they were not doing full-fledged solution-focused work. In fact, I would say that it was only barely solution-focused, because most of the focus was on the intervention message and not on the interview. And so what they were trying to do was to find new ways of using language to persuade clients to do what they wanted the clients to do. And that was kind of intriguing. These people are actually questioning language rather than just following it. And then that, of course, when they became more solution-focused, that experimentation shifted from behind the mirror to in front of the mirror. But it's still a very experimental, I think, kind of use of language.
So that was interesting to you after a while, the subtle things about language and how to play it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, how to play with language to construct something that's a little bit different, and that's not it's not something that you can write a series of rules about and then you just follow it, because so much of what's happening is that you're responding to the client. So you and the client are kind of making up the rule book as you go along. And so while there are some general similarities, every interview is to some extent an experiment unto itself, which I think, I know that solution-focused practitioners talk about that. I'm not convinced that we understand it in the same way. But yeah, it's sort of this interactional construction of a rule book that may never be used again, because when the client comes back, you have to start all over again. So.